Welcome, 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 welcome to the Enchanted Moss Gardens. But it's not that kind of garden, so don't think shit sweet. You know what I'm saying? 420 gang, shout out of the April month. Wait, we're still in March, but shout out to the fast forward to the 420. Being in the present. We're jumping timelines here and there, but it's Moss. It's Moss. Reintroducing myself to my audience. It's the new year. You know what I'm saying? We have a full lunar Virgo 1 degree, might I add, away from my ascendant Mars uh lunar eclipse, and then we have the upcoming solar eclipse. So just by that alone, I'm into astrology. I'm into astrology. Um like I've had this channel for a while. I've been going live off and on inconsistently for a while. You know how it goes, having personal family and friends and soul group associates that you gain through interactions and going live together or sharing content or reposting content, commenting, all the engagement activity, right? And so I have all these 400 subscribers, but not a lot of viewers that aren't spam. Not saying my viewers are spam, but I'm mentioning as far as lives go. Um, a little bit about me. I am my avatar names and titles that I've experiences with in the fourth dimensional realm is like being a veteran for the U.S. Marine Corps and the Army, um, being a stay-at-home dad. That's a little bit loaded because what is a home and what is staying? Because we're constantly moving, and home is where the heart is. So I could be a stay-at-home dad anywhere. A Virgo ascendant, I break shit down like that. Moon conjoined constellation microscopium. I break shit down like that. Aquarius, I go off on tangents like that, being a rebel. Cancer Sun, I care about my audience. Cancer Sun, 11th house, care about my audience and shit like that. Basically, I'm gonna do this a little live, like I did on TikTok. I'm a Cancer 11th house, Sun, Moon, Venus. Some astrologers might call that stellium. Some, others might not. But so Cancer 11th house, I'm caring about my associates. You know what I'm saying? I'm initiating just new ways to feel about new information I'm presented with, experiences I've gone through, experiences online, even though online isn't reality, but it could be perceived as reality. So just being relatable there as far as how things go and play out. Um, Shout Sky. What's up, Sky? Sky High. See what you did there. Shout out BDJs. Shout out Brennan. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's the every season. It's the new season, and I'm springing forth off the porch. I've had this channel, 400 people, but it's like I'm a Cancer Sun, so I care and initiate new ways of feeling about my associates, like TikTok, Neptune, all the TikTok ban crazy shit. Like I go off on segues, like TikTok being banned. I was kind of happy because I ain't have a lot of engagement, but that's fucked up of me. So I made a video about that on my TikTok about if you're getting money, what I'm saying? I wish you well. I wish you well. Like, so that's a little selfish of me, but I could be selfish sometimes. But like in reality, my moon is in Aquarius. So all that shit that if you see me like, those people that comment just bullshit, just mundane, everyday conversations, like I'm an Aquarius moon in the sixth house. So everything that deals with your routines, your mental health, your emotional, physical, spiritual, I'm rebelling and opposing and tearing that shit down, but only to build you up in a more positive manner. Also, I'm a little bit shy, but I like working with drones and weird shit like that, so I'm weird. Shout out to the likes, shout out to the likes. I appreciate you, Drippy God. Thanks, Ugly God, Drippy God. I remember Ugly God. But yeah, so I have a son in the 12th house as well. So I really shouldn't give a fuck about like it's Leo in the 12th house is like being a beacon. I just made a short about that. You could check that out about putting your ego in the subconscious realm and then putting your black dot pineal gland out into the spotlight. Basically, simplified is bringing your traumas and all of that bullshit that you've grown through and putting that in the spotlight for people to judge because they're gonna judge anyways. They're gonna judge openly or behind closed doors. Either way, it's gonna happen. Either way, they're gonna judge you. But you can put their bullshit to shame just by being your motherfucking self and by being vulnerable with that shit for real, for real. So, yeah, for the names and titles and experiences that I've gone through, I'm a USMC Army veteran. I am a stay-at-home dad. That's all speculative, because home can be anywhere, and uh, staying is only like you're not really staying anywhere. You're constantly evolving and moving. You understand what I'm saying? But you're constantly it's like you start interacting with the live and the freaking people jump out. But I'm not want to give too much attention to the chat because people are gonna think that it's just some shit like that, but it's not though. But yeah, I'm a moon Aquarius and there's that. But when I was doing shorts, the shorts were too short. So, but here on this platform, you know, basically I'm just in the balancing out the left hand path and the right hand path of spirituality. I'm not teaching you anything that you can't go out and experience and learn from life. I'm just, in front of this camera sharing my experiences. And YouTube is so broad, but like casting out the net of love and encouragement, as long as a good message lands on one person's ear, that's all that matters. If it's one person or if it's like 40 people, 40 people can fill up a room, I like to say. And I've heard, just pass along this concept. So I just wanted to do this quick live. It's like 6 minutes, longer than the shorts. But I wanted to talk about that, you know what I'm saying, and putting the ego and things of that nature. Also, we can make this. I'll probably make this a short, but for those of you that are on here, well, I'll say this for more people get on, because like, all right, so an individual that's in the light doesn't. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Stretch. An individual that's in the light. Well, the content that you're gonna get out of me is gonna be like, for just as an example, an individual that is in the light doesn't know they're in the light. And what do I mean by that? By that, I mean an individual that is expressing themselves and that has some personal religion or personal set belief that is their view, you know, um, or someone that's just being just in a good mood, just overjoyed, right? They don't know that they're overjoyed until someone's like, "Man, like you green right now, chill out, relax," right? And same with someone that's in the dark left hand path of occulted energy. It's like they're unaware that someone might be unaware that they're in the dark or being negative because, on the left hand path, it's not about moralism or, because your moralism doesn't resonate or correlate. Shout out Brother Penick, rest in power to your spiritual journey after this. Like it plays a part on a spiritual mission or a life path that you're here to play. But all in all, you're not gonna be judged by someone and either be sitting back down here. Like your spirit, your higher self has that discernment to look at your life. Like it ain't about your ego or your mind. Although we use these things, we use these minds, different chakras. Your brain is your brain, but your mind is in your chakras. But yeah, I make content about that. I make content about yoga. Yoga poses. I have a Behance AI app. I'm not trying to sell y'all. This is just the link in the bio and things like that, and just stuff that I'm into. Like I'm an aspiring yoga teacher. I'm a Reiki level 1, but yeah, yoga that aligns to the lunar transits. Right now, if the moon's in Sagittarius, there are poses that line up with that zodiac sign and your chakras that you can use. Um, I am into life path numbers, in general, as far as generally corresponding to astrology. Astrology, as in, say, hmm, you're a life path 1 with an Aries sun, Cancer moon, Libra ascendant, just cardinal, just cardinal. Your life path 1, how you would play that out, how you would play out the life path 1 through your actions and the things that you inspire people to do, or like how you use that action, that sun expression as a tool. Your moon sign, Cancer, how you react and respond, or your needs and internal desires in your waters to that life path 1, and your ascendant, the people, places, and things that you personally attract or are personally interested in by default, by your personality, by your initial breaking out, being an individual. Um, those life path kind of things. And like I said, if you resonate with this energy and you want to subscribe, my favorite game is, um, I'm getting back into my gaming. I'm not a gaming channel, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in the house. But if you're into astrology and life path readings and just real general life talk, you know, about left hand path and spirituality, like traumatic shit to cope from, because everybody wants to hang on to trauma. That's my original point. Everybody wants to hang on to trauma. Or everybody is into trauma. Me personally, that church hurt, that chip, that's off my shoulder. Like childhood trauma or religious trauma or generational curses and things like that. Like, yeah, these things affect us well into our 30s, 40s, so on and so forth. But as far as new trauma, like if you have trauma with your girlfriend or your relationship, good. Express that, but put it through a perspective where you're relatable to someone that might be single. Because part of being in a relationship or having relationship issues with how you relate to yourself, how you communicate to yourself, how you have self love, how you have care for yourself, how you have motivation to do the things for yourself, how you're aware of your triggers and your traumas, how you're aware of what inspires you, what motivates you, everything that deals with a relationship on some coupling shit, or even on some best friend, homie, homeboy, from the block, or from the desk from our people in the suburbs, the suburbia or the van, you know, just relating like that. All that deals with the internal, and these people, places, and things are projections, triggers, and karmic energies to not put you through the test, but to be obstacle, stepping stone, compass, what have you. Based off of your philosophical points of views and beliefs to go on and go off of, right? And I just want to get on here, be an inspiration to you, myself, and others by putting out forth content that I resonate, I am happy with. Not even just happy with, but the energy that I enjoy bringing to others, even if no one, likes or comments. Um, I appreciate you all. Appreciate you being on YouTube. Appreciate you being on TikTok. Appreciate you putting yourself out there, even if you don't have a profile picture, even if you are a troll. Appreciate you for being a puppet for shadow, extreme leftist, Masonic energy, whomever, you know, because I appreciate all attention and good attention, but all attention and energy can be transmuted. You know, like shout out to everyone that subscribed. Um, I'm just random. I posted. I'm not random. Like we all are random. But the content that I post is like I also might post some gym things. I don't really fucking know, to be honest. Like I just post life experience and wisdom dealing with spirituality as I grow and expand and go to awareness and meet new people and meet new odd jobs, and just this is just a vlog, a spiritual vlog. You ever heard of a vlog from the astral realms? Because I haven't. Not that I know of, at least. But yeah, I didn't shave. I got a new razor though. But that's me. I'm Etheric, Liriam, Moss, Dermos, and shout out Sky. Shout out everyone that's just joined. Go ahead, comment, and subscribe if you resonate with the energy of astrology, spirituality, um, shamanism, um, protection. Big on spiritual protection, uh, protection, warriorship, astrology. As a matter of fact, speaking of astrology, um, let's break this down. So, I do this thing. I'm gonna research. I got my notes internally. Just real quick rundown of other things that I'm really going to be talking about, like not on this live, but overall, as far as astrology goes. I'll be right back. All right. This the type of astrology I am introducing, primordial astrology. You might not have never heard of this. Never heard of this, cause I resonate with more personal and egotistical based astrology for like natal charts and things of that nature. Like I'm aware of that, so I am inverting the energy into primordial astrology. So whereas the Greek Olympians like the sun and Venus and all that correspond to deities within Egypt originally, like Sun and Ra and things of that nature. Um, I'm utilizing the Greek titans and titanesses so that you have a more cosmic, vast spiritual broadened awareness versus I say it's an edge over even the shadow government or Masonic figures or those that are at play with the strings and the puppeteers of present day astrology as they align these events and catastrophes to the transits to capitalize upon the energy and shit like that. So we're gonna take a look at some things that they're not aware of, and this is how I'm looking into, um, like I said, primordial astrology. So Hyperion, um, the Titan of Light over the sun, the sun as a child. Hyperion, the Titan of Light, vision, enlightenment, and higher consciousness, illuminating knowledge or gaining insight into the mysteries of the universe. So right now, Hyperion is in Aries. Phoebe, Titaness of the sun of the moon, represents intuition, the subconscious, and cyclical changes connected to the feminine, intuitive, and nurturing qualities. Cuyus, Titan of intelligence and rational thought, mental clarity, logic, and intellectual pursuits, emphasis on reason, strategic thinking, and understanding abstract concepts. Oceanus, titan of the oceans, fluidity, emotions, and the vast unconscious, associated with themes of flowing nature of life, adaptability, and emotional currents. This is what I have for these energies. Pallas, titaness of war, represents strategic thinking, wisdom, and justice, balance between intellect and action, connected with creativity, clear mindedness, and fairness. Chronos, titan of time, Saturn, represents time, fate, and control. In astrology, Chronos embodies the forces of destiny, discipline, and cyclical events. Jupiter, Chronos again, symbolizes expansion, abundance, and growth. Chronos with a K. Planet is often seen as a benefit force linked with optimism, higher education, philosophy, and spiritual growth. Um, Uranus, god of the sky, titan of innovation, change, revolution, and individuality, sudden insights, breakthroughs, and the breaking of old patterns. Iapetus, titan of mortal life, or Pluto, creation, mortality, and the boundaries of existence. Father of mankind's most important figures, linking him to themes of personal identity, purpose, and life. Primordial astrology looks at these celestial figures as representing archetypes and forces in nature that are part of the very fabric of the universe. And yeah, okay. Um, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming through, liking the live, and like I said, if you resonate with my channel, go ahead and subscribe. And thanks for that nature. Appreciate y'all. Have a good time, and peace.